ladies and gentlemen. Hi, loveys. I'm at the park. Hey guys, so I'm at the park. I just said that. um, I just finished doing my video. I just finished doing my walk, my exercise. I haven't done it in a while. That's why I'm kind of out of breath. But I also didn't necessarily prepare. I mean, I knew mentally I was going to get up, but I didn't actually physically prepare in the sense that, like, last night I had a rum and coke and fries. So that's the last thing that's in my stomach. I had some orange this morning and some water, but that's still not something to wake you up and be energized. So don't do that. But I wanted to kind of quickly give you guys my weight loss journey. Since April 1st, I started my weight loss journey April 1st of this year, 2016, and I set out, I had gained an extra 30 pounds over the past, I want to say 2 years or so, but really bad in the last couple months leading up to April 1st. So my goal is to get down to 150, 148, that range, and I was weighing 180. Yeah. So I started gaining weight. I started a new relationship and I gained a whole bunch of weight. Just not caring about, not necessarily caring, but just, I guess, not caring, not really paying attention to what I ate, definitely not exercising. And I had attempted to lose the weight several times prior to ending the relationship, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't able to stick to anything. Eating, I would try to eat better, but it's really hard for someone to lose weight when they're not necessarily, there's no support. I didn't feel that there was any support in the sense that there was, but meaning, like, I would order salad, they would order burger, you know. It was really hard for me to have better self-control, and I don't blame it on him. I don't blame it on, you know, my siblings or whoever was around me. I just didn't take it serious enough until, you know, everything, me and that relationship ended, and I kind of was just sick, and a part of it was I was sick and tired of myself, in the sense of sick and tired of looking at myself the way that I did, not fitting into any clothes. That also contributed to the end of the relationship. I just wasn't happy anymore. I just was like, I couldn't fit into any clothes. I didn't want to go out. There was no date night. There was no getting cute to go where. No, I look ugly. No, I'm fat. I can't fit into anything. I mean, those weren't the exact words that I would say, but I would just get upset. I would cry. I would just be over it. So I had to get sick and tired of looking at myself. And then finally, I was luckily able to get in touch with a personal trainer / nutritionist. She did a consultation with me. She actually, not work, she came into my job. She was a client of my job, and I really felt like good vibes from her. And so I reached out to her and I just asked her, you know about her services and things like that. So she kind of gave me a free consultation to kind of get me diet-wise on the right track. And so that basically jump-started. I set a date for April 1st, and I decided to just work out. She suggested 3 times a week for an hour. She said, as long as you're active, you'll be good. So I didn't want to do the gym because I'm intimidated by the gym. I didn't want to do a workout class because I just felt like I needed to be okay with working out again. And I didn't need that kind of support. I felt like that's a lot of pressure. The experiences that I've had, sorry if I'm talking kind of loud because it's very windy, which helps, but the experiences that I've had of workout classes, I don't like that pressure of, working out really hard and going really hard. I'm like, no, this is more than just like me not wanting to work out. This is me not being okay with myself physically, looking at myself in the mirror, self-confidence. That wasn't really gonna help yelling at me to make me work out. Like, it's not that I don't want to work out, it's that I gotta get comfortable with it. I gotta feel okay. So, she suggested I didn't look or use, what are they called? Scales. I initially weighed myself because I need to know where I was at. And in the beginning, I wanted to weigh myself every single week, but then I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm gonna use my clothes as my marker. See, she also suggested that. So this is basically what I did. I ate on a schedule. So I still kind of do now. I wake up usually before 8 o'clock. So at 8 a.m. I would have a snack. At 11 a.m. I would have my breakfast. At 2 p.m. I would have my lunch. At 5 p.m. my dinner. and at 8 p.m. a snack. So snacks consist of fruits, nuts, things like that, just little cheeses, etc. And then lunches, dinner, etc. Breakfast consisted of a protein, a carb, and one other thing, and I cannot remember the name of it, but basically you would have something like eggs, a bread, and like a nut or something like that. So I didn't necessarily, initially I did follow it to a T. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I did follow it to a T. It was very, very hard because I don't eat a lot of things, in the sense that I don't eat eggs, I don't eat seafood, so I had to find alternatives. I don't like guacamole, so I had to find alternatives. I can do another video on how I was able to eat better, because the core is eating better, really. So I was able to eat better, and then I would work out 3 times a week. So initially I was not leaving the house. I ain't going nowhere with this body. So I stayed home. I did things such as jumping jacks, crunches, sit-ups, things like that. I can do another video. I'll do another video on what I ate specifically, or give you a picture of what I ate, and also what I worked out and did. But basically I did anything that I could think of, from PE days back in high school to what I saw on videos. There's videos like on Facebook and stuff like that that would teach you different workouts that you can do at home, and I did those things. I did those for several weeks before I decided to come to the park. So the first month that I was doing everything, I was able to lose 11 pounds. I was thrilled. I was just like, oh my goodness, is this for real? Like, oh my gosh, I really, really did. So at that point I started weighing myself every month. And so the first month, like I said, I lost 11 pounds. That could have been, due to enormous amount of things, but for the most part, I related to just eating better, trying to stay on the schedule, and working out as much as I could. And I stuck to 3 times a week. I did an hour. I was very strict about that. It wasn't necessarily like every other day or anything like that. It was definitely Monday through Friday, but it wasn't on the weekends. On the weekends, she indicated, you could eat whatever you want. But I noticed that within the first week of me doing stuff, that I wasn't necessarily craving or had an appetite for the things that I used to. Like, so when I first started out, I was like, okay, this week I'm gonna eat great. On the weekend I'm gonna have my Popeyes. I can't wait to have Popeyes. Oh my gosh, I can eat whatever I want, etc. The weekend came, I just didn't make time for it. I didn't put an effort in getting Popeyes. I was just okay with it. Then the second week went by, I'm like, oh dang, it's Monday, I didn't get to eat my Popeyes. I can't wait to eat my Popeyes. I can't wait to eat Sergio's or whatever, which is a Cuban restaurant down here in Miami. But I was just enthusiastic about eating the things that I, don't normally eat. So the second week came by, it just didn't happen. I didn't make an effort for it. So it was like, things like that started to go away. I still have my cravings for sweets and things like that, but for the most part, I was not craving the things that I normally was eating before. I just didn't have the appetite for them. I'm also not a fan of fast food. I like Chick-fil-A. That's basically what you'll get me to eat. If I eat McDonald's or Burger King, that is like death. I just don't have the taste for it anymore. I don't want pollo, because we have Pollo Tropical at my job. I can't do Subway. We also have it at my job. Anything that we have at my job, I do not eat outside of my job, because God forbid I need to eat something, I'm gonna eat that. So I'm very particular about that. Things that I would have cravings for, maybe Sonics. I could do Sonics. I like their fries. But it was very far and in between of the stuff that I really, really crave. So I started getting on that schedule, drinking water every day. So initially she had me drinking about 90 ounces. I lied. 369. No, maybe. I think 60 to 90 ounces. I can't remember exactly. But she had me drinking that, and that was okay, but I had to pee every 5 minutes, and that wasn't working out for me. So nowadays I drink only water Monday through Friday, and I try to drink it as often as I can. I still pee a lot, but I try to drink it as much as I can. And then, on the weekends I'm able to drink whatever I like. Now, as the second month went by, I started getting more confidence because I lost my little 11 pounds. And I started to notice it in my clothes, and that was making me feel really good because I had 2 sets of clothes. So I have clothes that I couldn't fit into and I knew I was going to get back to, and then I obviously had the clothes that I was just getting by, because we're talking about the point where you have to buy bigger clothes. That's where I was at, where like none of my clothes fit me, that I was wearing almost the same thing every single week, because, and I have a whole closet full of clothes. There's no reason why I should, but because I wasn't able to fit into stuff anymore, I had no choice. So I was able to starting to fit in certain things, and I was like, okay, we're feeling good, we're feeling great. Now, as we get into month 2, I said, you know what? Let me go to the park. I lied. I said, let me walk around my neighborhood. So I started walking around my neighborhood, nothing too crazy, just walking and walking, etc. And that was great. Then I said, you know what? I started speaking to people about my, just weight loss and stuff. People who are active and, have done weight loss, etc. before. And one thing they suggested is running. Running helps you shed fat faster. And so I wanted to really, 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 really get on that. So I started going to this park and I started doing my laps and started running. Hey guys, so it got super loud out there. So basically, for month 2, what I did is I would come to Palmetto Bay Park, which is a local park here in South Florida, and I would do 3 laps. So I would do the first lap, the second lap, usually I was just doing a hard pace walk, and the third lap I would really, really try to jog it. And so I started doing that. I started doing where then the second lap I was trying to jog it, etc. I'm still not able to do 3 complete laps jogging, nor 1 lap jogging, but I would say majority of the time that I would do it, I would jog. So that made me really, really happy. What else? So I would do that, and then sometimes, depending on how I felt, I would do lunges, I would do jumping jacks, I would do crunches, I would do, they have like little exercise machines on the path, and I would do those exercise machines, just sets of 10 or 15, take a break, and then do them again. I would do squats and things like that. I was not a fan of squats. I was like, no squats for me. I already have a butt. I don't need no booty. But I was like, they hurt so bad. And since the next day, my legs were shot. They hated me. Every time I've ever done squats, they hated me. But after a while, it goes away. Life goes on, etc. But I got over that because I was like, I know that's a great exercise to do. I would do jumping jacks within the house, things like that. So I was very creative as to what I did. I refused to, and I still will not do a gym because I just don't feel like it's necessary. And plus, I don't got that kind of money. Not to say I can't do YouFit. There's not one close to me, so it's not convenient. My biggest thing is convenience. Rain or shine, I can do stuff. I can do stuff in the house. That's why I started there first, because I didn't want any excuses. And then it's local to my house if I wanted to get out. It got very, very humid. Now, I started April 1st. April, May, June. June is when it got a little too humid over here in Miami, and I was like, I cannot do outside. So I started doing more inside stuff, or trying to come in the evening, or just walking instead of trying to run and stuff. I wasn't trying to die. So I kind of went on a break for a little while, a good month, almost 2 months. Just different things going on, and now I'm back at it. So I'm gonna continue my journey. I'm not gonna give up. I still have a couple more pounds to lose. In the second month, I didn't mention, I lost a total of like 16 pounds. No, I lied. 20 pounds, like 20 pounds. 20, yeah, like 20 pounds. Now I'm still around that 20 pounds, maybe 21, 23 pounds. Definitely 160-ish. And so I want to get that last 10 off. If I can get that last 10 off, I can be me again. And I'm just going to continue to work out to maintain it, because I started to like it. I started to crave it. I started to want to do it. And this was only in a 2-month period of doing that same exact regimen. It's not too constrained where there was just like, oh my gosh, I never get to eat what I want to eat. Like, like I said, I'll go into more detail about what I ate and stuff, or what I continue to eat. But for the most part, I let go a lot of things that I just didn't really need, you know, and it helps with you mentally. I listen to my music. Sometimes I talk on the phone if I'm doing my first couple laps, or, you know, I can just keep my heart rate up, etc. So, you know, it's a very good experience, and I want to keep it up and keep it up, and, you know, hopefully lose those last couple stubborn pounds just so I can feel better. I'm 27 now, and I don't want to say, look back and say, well, what did, you know, I only look good at 21, and after that I fell off. You know, I want to put in the effort. I don't want to be too skinny. I want to still be a little thick, but I definitely still have a little bit of weight that I want to get off, that those last fluctuating 10 pounds. But yeah, I wanted to share that story with you guys, because I wanted to be raw. I wanted to be honest. If you have any questions, like I said, I can go into more detail. I want to encourage people. You know, I was able to look at different people working out, and that helped me this time around. But basically what set it off was me just being so frustrated with myself, that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm tired of looking at myself. I'm tired of complaining about myself. It's not doing me any good. Like, I'm the only person to blame, you know. And I do that with a lot of things, and I was able to get a lot of encouragement. I'll put some photos in so you guys can kind of see markers of the time period of when I started. December was at my heaviest weight, going to April, and then you'll see the changes. I'll take an updated picture once I complete basically the end of the month of October, because like I said, I want to continue to do that, and it doesn't take that big of a deal. My grocery list didn't go crazy. I didn't buy anything you know, huge or anything different. I just started incorporating more things, or just gravitating towards more things, etc. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful or encouraging to you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And yeah, all right guys, take care. Bye.